Hey guys, Opal here and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do a build of the jungle house, but I wanted to make it Lion King inspired and also add in our Lion King houses. And I really like how this build turned out. I have never done a Lion King build before, but this was a good start, and I think it is the perfect area of the biome to do this. This is in the wild Tangle in the lagoon, which is the area of the biome right in the right hand top corner. And yeah, I think this is the perfect spot for a Lion King styled biome, especially because it's so secluded and away from everything else. This is my second to last wild Tangle build that I'll be doing until my whole biome is completed, and it's kind of bittersweet because I know that after I finish it all I'm probably going to have to tear it down to use some new stuff that we may get in the premium shop or different items that I might find from Scrooge. So yeah, I'm really excited to finally have it almost finished, but yeah, it's quite bittersweet. So usually I'll do a lot of foliage around my paths and then I'll border it off with rocks, but this time I decided not to border it off. I just kind of left it a little bit more open. I also tried to not put as much foliage. I still put a lot of foliage around the pathing just to hide all of the sharp edges, but I did try to keep it quite open in this build. The plants that I'm using are just the wild Tangle plants and some of the Forest Vela plants. And for the trees, I think they're called the dragon tree and the trees that we get for the sunlit plateau. Yeah, these trees here, I've actually never used them before, but I actually really love how they look. And I just placed just a few of them. I tried to really not block the view. I really just wanted this biome to be quite open. I did this little patio area and I just fenced it off, and I ended up putting some seating and a sink, and yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I hope in the future that we get more Lion King inspired items or just more savannah styled items in general, just because I feel like we don't have that many, but we have kind of enough to make it work. It's just that if you wanted to do multiple savannah or Lion King inspired builds, you'd be using a lot of the same items. So yeah. So this is me working on that little patio area, and yeah, I just put some seating, some storage with some barrels, and I used those like lounge chairs. And then I decided to use these barrel tables with those wicker stools, and I just put a little fruit bowl on top, and I think this looks super cute. I always forget to put food dishes and other like inventory items in my builds, so it was nice to just have like a food dish that I don't actually have to craft or place in there. I also put this divider in the front as well as the sink, and I just think it gives it a little bit more character to the build. I do also think that this would look really nice with the rock pathing or just the dirt pathing. So if you were to recreate this, have a play with different pathing options, because I think a lot would work in this style of build. For the centerpiece, I decided to put some broken pillars, and I didn't really do a big centerpiece of this build because it took a lot of time for me to detail the jungle house and just it being a large biome. So I just kept the centerpiece really simple with just some foliage and trees and those pillars. I also added a lot of beach grass to the build because I like how it looks, and it makes empty grassy builds where you don't want to place a lot of items look kind of more full and lush and just a lot more interesting without having to do anything. And then for this side, I decided that I wasn't going to do a fleshed out build. I just decided to put some random shrubs and foliage, but make it walkable and really functional for item spawning as well as fishing. And then the same for this little area. I just did the same thing that I did beside the river. And then I went back to the courtyard area, or I don't know what else you would call it, but the front of the jungle house, and I decided to just extend the pathing a bit just to make it a little bit more cohesive, and then to fill in some of the gaps and kind of blend in the wood a little bit more, I just placed some foliage around. And then just filling in this little area here. So this is the final walkthrough. We have the waterfall, which I think just looks so beautiful. This would also look really nice as a centerpiece where I put those pillars. Here is the deck. I don't really know what to call it. But yeah, I love how this turned out. I don't do a lot of kind of sitting areas in my builds in front of houses, so this really inspired me to do a lot more of those and give houses, you know, they're some kind of bring the house outside, so maybe villagers get more room and space and some outdoor sitting. I think that'd be super cute. And then this is when we transition into the Lion King area, and I love how more open and natural this area is. And here are some overview shots of the build. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.